actually be electromagnetic pulses. You might not be able to scan the anomaly up close, but I think we can reconfigure a geological sensor to do the trick.
How so?
Well, if we can use it to read fluctuations in the magnetic field, we should be able to get a look inside. There's just several problems.
Go on.
I've got failures all over the facility. For this plan to work, we'll first need to clear up some problems in the container field, the primary dig site, and the processing line.
Send the details to my ARM computer.
Done. Let me know when you arrive at the sites. This is Captain Olivia Rhodes, personal log entry for... God, it's been 2 months already. Time flies when you're running an entire mining operation alone, I suppose. Well, not completely alone. That's the catch, isn't it? This new Series 11 android they've assigned me, Echo 1, he's like a second crew member. I'm not just talking about all the work he gets done either. It's the questions, I think. He's always asking them. Why do I do this? What does that phrase mean? On and on. And the way he'll stare at things sometimes, like he's trying to deconstruct them. It reminds me of... well... I called him Jack the other day. Completely by accident. It just slipped out. Had to take a moment after that. It has to mean something, though, doesn't it?
Inbound on the processing line.
So, we're going to need a lot of energy for this sensor sweep, but the pulse knocked out the flow control on the plasma lathes. They're burning out of control and draining the power reserves.
One of us will need to enter the processing line and reach the emergency reset.
Well, I'd do it, if you'd let me.
That is very much against protocol.
Thought you might see it that way. Keep the comm channel open. I'll help you out as best as I can from here. The pulse has the electronics in that area on the fritz. If you reset the power transformer, I may be able to run a diagnostic.
Grid stabilized.
The control hub in that area is back online. I've re-established contact with the labour unit manning the line entrance below. He should open the door for you.
What did I do?
Hello, Liv. Do you have a visual on my location?
Yes, Jack. I see you. And I hope you like that pose, because I just immortalised it.
You took a photograph. Had you told me, I could have posed.
Candid shot, Jack. Oh, this is going right over my desk on Ceres.
Echo unit identified. Running service entrance.
I should be able to reach the manual reset on the other end of the line.
You mean past the inferno of white plasma?
Correct, which is precisely why I'm the one doing it.
Jack? Jack, are you there?
Another EMP. Status report?
All clear here. But the line's throttle controls just went haywire. Be careful in there.
The door controls are functioning normally. I can leave its operation to the limit.
I assist you.
That's a lot of flotsam. Better make sure nothing's jammed the conveyor systems. Could cause problems when we reboot.
I'll inspect the ice pallets. Melted clean through.
Maintenance units shouldn't be entering the line while the cutting systems are active. Something's very wrong here.
Looks like a piece is wedged under the conveyor unit.
Well, try and dig it out so it doesn't jam the reset protocols. More debris. Make sure you clear any jammed conveyors before moving on.
Nonverbal gestures are 50% of effective communication. I can't make that gesture. Thank you for your approval.
Something must have interfered with the nav protocols.
Yeah, looks like. Labor units shouldn't just run face first into a hostile environment.
Shields at 30%.
Any sign of a working hard drive in all this wreckage?
Unit 14, what is your function?
Nav data mismatch. Multiple hazards detected. Maintenance cycle incomplete.
He seems intact, but he's running the wrong subroutines. The line's not scheduled for maintenance.
Unit status friendly.
Pallet clear.
Stubborn bastard.
Reboot initiated.
That looked painful. You sure about this?
I'm certain. It's the only way to shut down the plasma lathes. Another jam. Could cause complications when we reboot.
That plasma stream's a bit close for comfort, Jack. Watch yourself.
Approaching watch station.
The switch there should trigger an emergency reboot.
I've located some intact command modules. My scanner should be able to pull the drive data.
Good find. With any luck, the data clusters are still intact.
Direct connection established. Synchronizing data stream.
Nav data purged. Kronos uplink lost. Executing last known command. Collision detected. Damage report unavailable. Lower limbs non-ambulatory. Upper limbs non-ambulatory. Excessive command feedback. Critical failure. All systems. Shutting down.
Well, that was certainly horrifying.
Reset in progress.
Power output back within normal parameters. We should have plenty of energy for the scan. Nice moves in there. Just watching that was giving me a cardiac. Okay, let's start. We still need to find out what happened at the primary dig site and the container field. Let me know when you find out more. There's a ton of junk data in these logs. But it doesn't look random. It's almost like it was trying to process multiple dig sites at once.
That should have triggered an emergency shutdown. We should be careful. Approaching primary dig site.
Any sign of activity? The whole site's gone dark and we need the comms array there to boost the data buffer from our sensor sweep.
All systems appear offline. Emergency lighting only.
Damn. Well, clearly something went wrong here.
Leave it to me. I'll find the cause.
Sorry, Jack. I hate that I'm asking so much of you today. I'll help you from here as best I can. Anyway, better get to it. Let me know what you find.
Well, Athena, can they handle it?
According to my analysis, if a Series 10 android were upgraded to Dr. Patel's specifications, it could adopt a modified version of the Echo Project OS with a success rate of 83.6%.
Good enough. All right, folks, there you have it. I want 50 of these upgraded Series 10s ready by the end of the week. They won't hit the metrics that we've been seeing from Echo 1, but he's been blowing away our Echo Arena prototypes by... repeat that figure, please, Athena.
Echo 1's cognitive performance rating has exceeded the top-performing Echo Arena android by 326%.
Right. The 10s don't need numbers like that to impress the USN. We just need to give them a taste. If they buy in on the 10s, then and we've got them by the balls for the 11s. Let's get to work, people. Athena, end recording.
Shields at 95%. Warning. Hazardous levels of radiation detected.
Right on cue.
I'll try to get the rate dampener online.
Good idea. Make sure to check its backup power supply. It may have a dead battery.
Battery removed. It's definitely depleted.
Well, that explains that. Your Fury transport should have a spare you can replace it with.
The backup battery should be on the aft of the transport. Battery acquired. I should recharge my shields at the Fury's induction panel before I head back.
Shields at 95%.
Power restored. I should be able to turn the dampener on now. Dampener online. Geiger readings nominal.
Nice job. That should buy you some time. If the dampener goes down again, you can recharge the battery back at the Fury.
I've located the site's labor units. They're unresponsive.
Damn. Try giving them a scan. Maybe that'll tell us what went wrong.
Broad spectrum lattice displacement. These labor units have suffered catastrophic radiation damage.
And all without setting off a radiation alarm or abandoning the site. It must have been sudden. Can you get a scan of the generator core as well? That's the most likely culprit.
This area is still rich with helium-3. We won't deplete it for a while.
Accuracy, 54% improvement. Obstacle navigation, 7% improvement. Tactical decision-making, 31% improvement.
That'll do it, Thena. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen...
See if you can get
these
the generator
combat
open,
units
Jack.
outperform
We need to get a
US
look
and
inside.
Marines by every metric in obstacle courses and tactical simulations conducted in zero-G.
Based on the radiation, I bet that generator
That's
has a
well
damaged
good.
core. Look for a
Can these
maintenance
units
panel that
think
you can
like
cut open.
soldiers? Can they adapt to changing circumstances?
I've found the generator's maintenance hatch, but the release mechanism isn't functional.
Just cut it open.
You'll be able
I'll
to witness
happily
live
weld a new
combat
one on myself
simulation
when
in
this is
our
over.
lounge. And see for yourselves.
Now that I have enough information, I should transfer these logs to Liv through one of the CubeSats. Maintenance panel removed.
How's it look?
The main reactor appears to be intact, but the fuel rod is partially melted.
Damn it. Better jettison it then. It may be good to scan it first, though. The data could prove useful.
The damage to this fuel rod is extensive, but I can't determine the cause.
Strange. Maybe a scan will give us more information.
Severe thermal damage detected. Main fuel supply depleted.
Depleted? Helium fusion rods can last a century. How could it discharge that much energy so quickly without exploding? Better jettison it, Jack.
Security brace disengaged. Fuel rod jettisoned. Generator systems offline.
Radiation dissipating. That core seems to have been the only source.
Good work. Now, just get the generator a new fuel rod and re-engage the locking mechanisms. There should be a spare in the site's core enclosure.
New core acquired. Returning to the generator.
New fuel element accepted. Please re-engage safety protocols. Control rods engaged. Fusion reaction initiated. Please initiate a manual reboot. Connection with primary dig site re-established.
Excellent. I pulled a few labor units out of mothballs to mount the antenna while you finish the repairs. You'll need to assemble them before you move on. A Fury transport should arrive with them shortly. The data from your scans is bizarre. This sort of erosion... How could it have happened instantaneously?
Could the radiation have corrupted the data?
Possibly. But that can't be the only factor. This anomaly isn't just a mass of radiation. There's more
Labor
to
unit
it than that.
online.
I'm certain
Proceeding
now.
with primary assignment. Confirmed positive human hand gesture. No context identified. Labor unit online.
Labor units
Proceeding
online.
with primary
With them
assignment.
managing the data flow, you'll be free to operate the sensor once we're ready to scan.
Are you sure they won't need assistance?
Positive. You can't do everything yourself when I'm gone, Jack. A good captain knows how to delegate.
Evidently.
I heard that. We're almost there. We still need to investigate the container field. Update me when you arrive. Oh, and Jack, if you have a moment, search the primary dig site for another labor unit. I'm getting a signal from one nearby and we could use the extra set of hands.
These solar panels should be providing the site with backup power. The anomaly must have damaged them.
They might not have the wattage to operate the comms array anyway. We barely get enough solar energy here to power the comm stack, let alone a whole dig site.
My sensors are picking up a signal from deeper inside this cave. Something's damaged this labor unit. Perhaps I can repair it. Liv, I found the labor unit. It has been dismembered, and it may have suffered internal damage as well.
Try to get its limbs reattached at least. We can perform a more thorough diagnostic later.
Repairs complete. Unit 38, are you operational?
Affirmative. I feel lovely. Just lovely. How are you?
You have definitely sustained internal damage.
Negative. This unit is operating at 10,000% efficiency. As you can see, the bridge is in excellent condition.
This is a cave.
Negative, negative, negative. This is the bridge. I recommend you schedule yourself for maintenance, Echo 1. You are being very negative.
Liv, I found the missing labor unit near the primary dig site and... well, it's disoriented.
What the hell do you mean by that?
Is that Captain Rhodes? Are you speaking to Captain Rhodes? Please tell her that I am nearly finished clearing her browsing history.
Maybe you should just leave it alone for now.
That may be for the best. Unit 38, status report.
Status, still lovely. Oh, so lovely.
Unit 38, you mentioned browsing history?
I am sorry, Echo 1. That is a classified assignment given to me by Captain Rhodes. Please, wipe your memory of that conversation.
I want to say, for the record, that I never told it to do that.
Is that Captain Rhodes? Please tell
Jack,
her...
please. Please stop talking to that android.
Select your destination. Destination, container field. Preparing for thruster ignition. Please hold on.
That fuel rod was completely inert. It should have been good for another century before it burned out. Something very strange is going on here.
Approaching container field.
I'm picking up latent radiological activity in that area.
Something must have contaminated the cargo.
There's no way we'll get a clear read on the anomaly with all that interference.